In the dense forests of East Texas, a tribe of Bigfoots lived in relative seclusion, harmonizing with nature. Known as the Sasquatch to some, these creatures thrived in their hidden enclave, maintaining a delicate balance with the surrounding ecosystem. The tribe was led by Grolar, a wise and powerful elder who had seen many seasons come and go. Under his leadership, the tribe lived peacefully, foraging and hunting in the dense woods. One summer, the balance was disrupted. A swarm of killer bees, Africanized honey bees known for their aggressive behavior, had migrated north from South America and found a new home in the Texan wilderness. The bees, millions strong, built their hive in an ancient oak tree, unaware of the Bigfoot tribe nearby. It started with small skirmishes. A young Bigfoot named Kala, curious and adventurous, stumbled upon the bees' hive while exploring. She was stung multiple times but managed to escape and warn the others. Grolar, concerned for the safety of his tribe, called a council meeting. "We must avoid the bees' territory," Grolar said, his voice grave. "Their stings are deadly, and their numbers are overwhelming." The tribe agreed to steer clear of the bees, but their caution was not enough. The bees were expanding their territory rapidly, and soon their paths began to intersect more frequently. The bees, feeling threatened by the presence of the Bigfoots, launched aggressive attacks. One day, as the tribe gathered berries near the edge of their territory, a massive swarm descended upon them. The sky darkened as the bees surrounded the Bigfoots, stinging relentlessly. Panic ensued, and despite their size and strength, the Bigfoots were no match for the sheer number of bees. Several members of the tribe were stung to death before they managed to retreat to their caves. The atmosphere in the tribe's refuge was somber. Grolar knew they couldn't continue living in fear, constantly under threat from the bees. They had to take action. "We must defend our home," Grolar declared. "We cannot live in fear. We will fight back." The tribe prepared for battle. They gathered materials to create makeshift armor from bark and leaves, hoping it would provide some protection against the bees' stings. They also devised a plan to smoke out the bees, using fire to drive them away from their hive. On the morning of the attack, the tribe moved silently through the forest. Grolar led the way, carrying a bundle of dry leaves and branches. When they reached the bees' hive, Grolar signaled for the others to spread out and encircle the tree. With a nod from Grolar, the Bigfoots set their torches alight and began waving them in the air, creating thick clouds of smoke. The bees, agitated and disoriented, swarmed out of their hive in a frenzy. The Bigfoots swung their torches, keeping the bees at bay while advancing toward the tree. The plan seemed to be working. The smoke drove the bees back, and the Bigfoots managed to reach the base of the tree. But just as they were about to set the hive ablaze, a second, larger swarm emerged from a hidden nest nearby. The sky turned black as millions of bees descended upon the tribe. Chaos erupted. The Bigfoots swung their torches wildly, trying to fend off the bees, but it was no use. The bees were relentless, stinging any exposed flesh they could find. Grolar fought valiantly, using his torch to protect his tribe, but even he was overwhelmed by the sheer number of bees. Kala, who had been at the edge of the battle, saw Grolar fall under the onslaught. Determined not to let her tribe perish, she grabbed a fallen torch and ran towards the tree. She set the base alight, hoping the fire would spread and destroy the hive. The flames caught quickly, and the ancient oak tree was soon engulfed. The bees, now frenzied by the smoke and fire, attacked even more ferociously. Kala fought her way back to her fallen leader, dragging him away from the flames. With the tree ablaze, the bees had no choice but to flee. The surviving Bigfoots retreated to their caves, nursing their wounds. Grolar, though badly stung, survived thanks to Kala's bravery. In the days that followed, the tribe mourned their lost members and began the arduous task of rebuilding. The fire had driven the bees away, but at a great cost. Grolar, recovering slowly, knew they had to find a more permanent solution. "We cannot let this happen again," he said, his voice weakened but resolute. "We must find a way to coexist with nature, even with creatures as dangerous as these bees." The tribe began to explore new territories, searching for a place where they could live without fear of another attack. They discovered a secluded valley with ample food and water, far from the bees' territory. With heavy hearts, they decided to move, leaving their ancestral home behind. As they settled into their new home, the tribe reflected on the lessons learned from their ordeal. They understood that the balance of nature was delicate and that even the smallest creatures could pose a significant threat. They vowed to live in harmony with their environment, respecting all forms of life. Years later, the legend of the battle between the Bigfoots and the killer bees became a part of the tribe's lore. It was a story of bravery, sacrifice, and the unyielding will to survive. Growlar, now an elder statesman, would often recount the tale to the younger generation, teaching them the importance of courage and unity. Kala, who had saved the tribe, grew into a respected leader herself. She continued Growlar's legacy, guiding her people with wisdom and compassion. Under her leadership, the tribe thrived in their new home, ever mindful of the lessons learned from their encounter with the killer bees. In the dense forests of East Texas, the Sasquatch lived on, their story a testament to their resilience and strength. They had faced a formidable foe and emerged victorious, their spirits unbroken. And so, the tribe of Bigfoots continued to roam the wilderness, a living legend in a land of mystery and wonder.